on Monday, just to let you know. I am.
Folks, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Start over here with Darryl on the left.
Cal, you've talked a lot through the years about demonstrating performance. I wonder what this ever can do, not only for the team, but specifically for Nick Richards.
You know, Nick played himself to where he was in Vegas in the game before that, and I talked about it. And he came back and worked. We had 2 great days, and really 3 great days. And what I told the team is that he has to get the ball. We got to get him touches. We can get him touches by how we're playing. We just got to throw to him. And Nick, you got to fight for position, so we must throw to you. We put in a couple little wrinkle stuff for it, but the reality of it is it was how we were playing. Proud of him, how he played in foul trouble, and he still responded. Got to get EJ playing. He made 2 great plays at the stretch that helped us win the game, where he blocked a shot or came up with the ball. But he's got to do more of that. That's got to be who he is. And but Ashton, Tyrese, Emmanuel, you know, Nate played okay. He came up with a really big play in the first half, a 2-handed rebound that he kicked to Emmanuel for a 3. Keon fought. Didn't play Johnny and Khalil a whole lot because the game didn't dictate it. It just, I was coaching to win the game, not just try to get guys in. So, but those 2 are integral parts of what we're going to end up having to do this year.
Cal, when you talk about fight for position, when Nick gets 10 rebounds, and I think he drew 10 or 11 fouls, often trying to fight for that position, and then to come back and do what he did with the 4 fouls, that often seems to take
And how about he made free throws and late? Emmanuel makes them, Tyrese makes them. We showed a will to win. I'll give it to you. We're down. Does anybody really listen to what I say in here? Like, so you know when I'm talking about one-handed rebounds and one-handed catches, I go nuts, correct? For 11 years now. This is my 77th year here. It's dog years here, you go by 7. So that being said, Ashton reached in with one hand to grab that ball. And they threw, it was a tie game, we grabbed the ball, it doesn't maybe, and they throw it ahead and make a 3. Now it's 3 and I gotta call a timeout. Those are big plays that we fought back from. I mean, we went in a stretch where we couldn't get a basket, couldn't make a shot. You know, we were trying to find offense, but let me say this. Louisville's one of the best defensive teams in the country. Their numbers, the way they rebound, the way they guard the 2, the way they guard the 3, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. They're, I hate to tell you, one of the best offensive teams in the country too, the way they score the ball. You know, I was proud of being down 3 and fighting to come back and win the game. How about you got to walk in your huddle on a tip-in that didn't go? Like, and telling them, look guys, I've been here before, we're fine. This is what it is. That was a great effort. I mean, this is all learning. I come back to, you know, we've lost some games this year that, you know, a couple bucket games each of them. But learning how to win and making the plays that you must make, it's kind of like you're telling them, that's fire, don't touch it. That is fire, don't touch it. They're going to touch it. And that's part of the learning. And so you can't make that kind of play now, and well, I'm going to show you I can make it. And that's what we've been going through. But it's a process. I've said all along, my team is good. I like the way we shoot the ball. You know, we haven't shot it great, but we had open shots today. And guess what we did? Made them.
Cal, just to circle back to the original question.
What question was that?
About Nick. How significant was it for him to do this, to prove he can do this against a quality team and a really good front end?
Demonstrated performance is how you build your own confidence. If you build your own confidence, no one can take it away except you. By being arrogant, I say stay humble and hungry. If you get arrogant, you'll go right back in the hole you were in. But demonstrated performance is how you build your own confidence. You missed 5, 6 shots in a row. You're great, you're the best shooter ever. well, that doesn't build their confidence. They know they just missed 6 and 2 of them were air balls. And you're telling me I'm great? That doesn't work. So the same with Nick and his ability to fight and create a position for himself and really have an impact on the game, which was big even with the foul trouble.
Go Larry on the left.
John, can you talk about the impact that Emmanuel and Keon had defensively for you today?
Well, Emmanuel was, he ends up guarding Jordan. That's a hard cover now. Kid never stops. He can really shoot. He's long, athletic. He can get to the rim. The guy that they don't talk enough about, but has an impact on the game beyond what you guys probably see, is Dwayne Sutton. He just beat us to, if he had 10 rebounds, 6 of them, our guy was in front of him and he ran around him to go get them. And they were big plays. And the other thing he did, he drove for layups. He had an impact on the game. He's a terrific player.
Go Dick on the right.
John, you mentioned 2 things. You mentioned coming back to the huddle after the missed tip-in. How were they in the huddle after that? Number 2, if there's one thing you hope they took away from this game that they've learned, what is it?
Well, here's what I say when I'm coaching. My mindset, we're winning this game. That's how I coach. Until the game's over, we lost. Now let me go watch the tape and figure that out. But my mindset is always, we're gonna win this game. I may not be saying it to them, but that's what my mind is. And that's where I need them. Like I said, when we went in, hey, the tip-in didn't go, fine. Let's keep playing, this is a ball. Let's go, you can get these guys. So, hopefully and I tell them what I just told you. I'm never thinking we may lose this game, oh my gosh, no. We're gonna win this game, now how are we gonna win it? And then if they hit in the shot or something happens and we don't win, okay, I'll look at the tape and figure stuff out. But they were good. I mean, they're young, so you gotta just keep on it.
Right, Mom.
Coach, look at the way Tyrese played today. It was almost like it was sort of an encore from how he played out west. How impressed were you with the way Tyrese played today?
He played good. I said, we put him in Emmanuel. We were struggling to get a basket, so we were just going through 2 guys. And again, it's because they're really, really good defensively. And so we had to move people around and put those 2 in positions to make baskets, and they did. But he played good. The one play that drove me nuts is Nick is 7 foot and puts his head on the rim, and he threw a lob below the net. Late, like a big play. Like, what do you throw it above the square? The kid will go throw it to the top of the backboard. He'll go get it.
Sherry on the left.
No, I'm good.
You good? Yeah, right.
John, leading up to this game, you kept on saying it's still December, but now that it's over, how much did your team need a win like this?
You guys that have watched this over the years, we go through this every year. There's probably many people here that thought we were going to lose and they wanted to be at this press conference hearing what I had to say when they could say it's over or they're not going to be in the NCAA tournament, they're an NIT team. Look, I don't buy any of the stuff when they say we're great or they say we're bad. I don't. I coach my team. What I'm looking at is where can this team go? What if we lost on a half-court bank shot? Oh, we're done. What? That may be the #1 team, or Ohio State, #1 teams in the country, and you're right there on the court with them, and that means by losing, you stink. You're not even in the NCAA. Wait a minute, maybe we're 4. If they're 1 and 2, maybe we're 4. 5. Well, you lost to this thing. Yeah, but they're that good. What are we? When we play good. So I don't buy any of that. I mean, they said it yesterday. They said, what about Michigan State? Oh, they're not. That's a nothing win. What? Well, let's see where they'll be at the end of the year. I mean, the whole thing is your team getting better? The thing about us is individuals have to get better. Today, Tyrese got better. Ashton, a little bit undisciplined, but still did pretty good. Emmanuel was good. We got to get EJ playing better. He's got to play better. He's got to be a better version of what he's doing. Keon, Khalil, Johnny, all I'm worried about is how do I help guys get better and then get them to buy into this team. You're so concerned about you can't play for us. So then you look bad. Just worry about us, and we'll all worry about you. Then you're going to have 4 guys on the court worried about you. But if you're out there, you know, that's all I'm doing. And this was a great win for us. And you need wins so they understand. Like, we're going to go twice on Monday. We'll go tomorrow. They're going to get some stuff and film and individuals. And then we'll go twice, really 3 times on Monday and 3 times on Tuesday. And I'm mad that I got to give them off Wednesday. And when you start doing the stuff that we're doing 2 days and come back on Christmas Day, you got to have some reward, or it's like, why are we doing this? So that, for me, that's what this was.
On the right, make time for one more.
Yeah, Cal, in the second half, the technical that you got for being out of the box, what happened there? What did the refs say to you?
I don't know. I wasn't looking down. You know, my wife said she was going to take pictures of the other bench because he was out. But I said, like, if you're, look, guys, just so you understand, I don't care what an official calls, as long as you make the same call down that end. So if you make us on a carry or a moving screen, and I see one down here, that's when I lose my mind. I don't care what you call. Call fouls every time down on both teams. Just keep calling them. That is my, this crew did a good job today. Look, I was on them. If I see this call, you better make that call. That's I'm never saying, I don't think that was a block, or I don't think that. I don't do that. I'm like, whatever you call down that other end, and I'm good. How about this? Be bad. Both ways. I'm good with that. You missing this and missing that and missing this and missing, I don't care. As long as I'm not missing this, missing this, missing this, missing this, now I got a problem. But I probably stepped out of the box. I wasn't saying anything to an official, but the officials were being told that and flops. You know, the guys throw their head back. Those are flops. That's what that means. You know, all that kind of stuff. But must have had an impact on the game when I was out. So.
One last quick one, Kyle.
You need a get back coach.
What's that?
You need a get back coach.
A what?
Where they pull the guy signed the head coach pull him off the field.
They have a get back coach. See, that's the problem. They have so many guys on their staff, and they're telling me I can't have another staff guy. They got a get back coach. They got a get out coach, a get back coach. A guy walks into Hatfield. I need an assistant coach that walks me to the radio show now. That's what I need.
All right, folks, right there.
Hey, Cal, did you have a Lenny Worth splash pad?